This 6-year-old child with this blank, pale, emotionless face. Blackest eyes. The devil's eyes.
Such sights to show you. We'll tear your soul apart. Ba 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 ba.
Rock and roll! Just in the middle of a dream, I was kissing Valentino by a crystal blue Italian stream. But I can't be late, 'cause then I guess I just won't get paid. These are the days when you wish your bed was already made. It's just an automatic Monday. It was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. I don't have to Monday. It's just an automatic Monday. I wish it was Sunday, 'cause that's my fun day. It's just an automatic Monday.
What the? Woo, what?
Huh. Nothing lovable. All right.
Oh, there you go.
I do have something lovable.
That was a good one.
That was a good one.
Wendy, I'm home. I'm not gonna hurt you. I'm just gonna bash your brains in.
Yeah.
I bet Crank uses
Thank you.
that jerk off.
You know what I'm saying? He's just like, wait a minute. He's got to get to the right saying before he finds the moment, you know?
It does.
I wish I would have bought myself one of those too. Honestly,
That's just gross, man. Why
He
would you
likes
say
it when his
something
little
like
feet
that?
kick his little fucking kick him in the tank.
Dude,
all right.
on the day after, don't make jokes like fucking a doll on the day after Bob Saget dies. That's not right.
Well, you ever suck dick for marijuana?
That was one of the greatest of all time cameos.
Yeah.
Indeed.
Rest in peace, Bob Saget.
Welcome to Monday Maniacs. We just immediately started in the fucking toilet. Why, guys? Why?
Because we're covering fucking 1989. That's why.
Oh, okay.
I guess that's derailed us by default before we ever started. So yeah.
All right. Well, hey, it's Death Curse Society and Monday Maniacs. We got the Colonel. We got Zigzag. I'm Red Crank. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Looks like the gang's all here. Dave's in the house. Tanya's here. S&M, otherwise known as S. Michael, is here. Stacy Lynn's in the house. Patricia's here. Congratulations, by the way, Patricia. We, I think I saw the remission.
Let me do that.
Excellent.
Patricia.
Excellent news. Good to see that. James is here. I'm sure he's going to have some things to say about 1989.
Oh shit.
And actually, that's his first comment. I was hoping you guys would do 89. Yeah, I mean, we're going to get to all the years eventually, it looks like. But
yeah,
Duarte's here. BK's here. I need to enlarge this here in a minute. Peter Anthony's here. What's up, Peter?
Hey.
Carrie's here. Lorena's here. And Orlando's here.
Dudes.
Oh.
Yeah, we already kind of did our tribute to Bob Saget accidentally. So if you missed it, Orlando,
sorry, dude.
rewind later. It's not great, but
no.
I mean,
It was decent though.
it was all right.
It's more than I was first
guys,
time get on the show. So
I never sucked any dick for any weed. That's all I'm saying.
Talk amongst yourselves for a minute because I have to enlarge this or I'm going to be squinting at the screen a lot.
All right.
I'm gonna get a magnifying glass.
I mean, I guess Colonel fuck it. While he's fucking around, we might as well get it out of the way.
Death Curse.
Sports.
All right. You want to take the lead on this, Zach? Because I think yours is going to be a little more exciting than mine.
Oh Lord. Oh yeah. Okay. It's what do we got here? Yeah, the Lions. That's it. They played. They're playing the Packers. Now the Packers don't need this game. They're number 1 seed throughout the playoffs coming up starting next week. Whatever. But it's a big rivalry in the North here, so but come on, it's the Packers. They're gonna fucking stomp the fucking Lions. It happens. Just so happens Jacksonville stomps the shit out of Indianapolis. So if the Lions do go ahead and lose, we get the first overall pick next year. Not that it's a rich draft with lots of players, but you always want that number 1, man. You want the choice of all the fucking guys. That's our Super Bowl here in Detroit. No. They bench half the Packers starters, and Detroit squeaks out a 7-point win to go 3-13-1. And, yeah, it's great. So there we go. Jacksonville, number 1. Detroit, number 2. And that's it. The season is done for the Lions, thankfully. Colonel.
Well, let's see here. Pretty much all the starters were benched, minus Jamar Chase, either for COVID or just the rest before we start the playoffs this Saturday at 4:30 p.m. in the evening against the Las Vegas Raiders. So I was not emotionally invested in this game at all. Jamar Chase broke the single season receiving record for the Bengals. That's cool. And the Super Bowl era rookie record for most yards in the season. That's cool. Congrats to the Browns. You barely got a win against the Bengals' third string and practice squad. So kudos to you. Because like I said, the Bengals already locked up a playoff appearance. They took the week off. I kind of did too. I was not emotionally invested at all. It was literally a preseason game because it felt like it was that bad.
Real quick on it. Are you going to be able to avoid working the weekend so you'll be able to enjoy the game when it kicks off on Saturday?
That's a weird answer. I want to say yes and no. There's no way I'm going to be able to avoid working this weekend. But you guys know my work schedule. It's 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. I'll be home an hour and a half before kickoff, man. I'll have plenty of time to get nice and buzzed by the time the game starts.
You got to love the French overlords.
Ah, the French.
Very nice. I knew you were leading to something. The only thing I'll add to that on the Cleveland Browns talk is fuck Baker Mayfield. I hate that guy. Anyway.
Okay, that's sports. Woo!
Yeah, we're done with sports, and I think most of them are happy about it. Dave says, "Death curse sports rule." Orlando says the Bears fired Coach Nagy. Good riddance. I'll tell you who needs to get fired: the coach of that Chargers team for calling a fucking timeout at the end of the game.
The Vikings staff got sacked too today. So yeah, there you go. All new look in the NFC North next year.
Let's say hopefully he brings Zimmer back to the Bengals as a defensive coordinator. He kicked ass as their defensive coordinator.
Dave's ready to start a war. The Lions reek of demons enchilada juice.
He's not
it's
wrong.
True. You know what? They are culturally better than they were, I guess, with this last coach and the whole regime he had, and tried that hard-ass Bill Belichick approach to a bunch of grown millionaires. It don't fucking work. Okay, it just don't work. Unless you're Bill Belichick, then somehow it works. But yeah, man, it's over. Whatever, we'll see it. We got to give it another year here. We'll see what happens.
That's right. There's more
two first-round picks. So I mean,
there's more kneecaps to be bitten next year, buddy.
He will be here. He's not going anywhere. He did well and good enough. Now he's calling the plays to himself. So whatever. 3 wins. That's only can go up. I hope.
All right. And some more good news from Patricia. She says, "I got my hoodie yesterday, but waiting for someone to take a picture of me wearing it. One of her caregivers got COVID. Well, that's not the good news. The getting the hoodie is the good news. And the 2 who work for me mostly live in the same house. Oh, well,
nice.
Speedy recovery to them then.
Yeah, it's just everywhere right now, man. Just fucking everywhere.
Peter's got to chime in on the sports talk. He says his Dolphins beat the New England again twice this year, won 8 of the last 9, and the reward for the coach, fire.
Yeah, that makes no sense to me. He's better off in a different organization. Peter, not knocking the Dolphins, but they're stupid for that. He was a hell of a coach.
Yeah. All right. Well, gang, tonight we are going to be covering the top 5 of 1989. So get your list ready. And somebody actually pointed one out already. Word is Bond TV. You need an editor, sir. He says, a gem I just found recently from 1989, Terror Within.
Oh, man. I remember that one. I just right now didn't remember it when the list was coming
Didn't remember it when you were making your list.
I'd have to watch that one again to see if it deserved a spot, though, too. I wouldn't just willy-nilly put anything on the list.
Yeah. Want to throw out a special thanks to our members. Thank you, guys, to the final girls, Corey, Chris, Lorena, Christy, S. Michael, Patricia, Tanya, and Tyrone. And, of course, to our crazy Ralphs, Angelo and Raymond, and our camp counselors, Stacy Lynn, Orlando, Kiara, and Dave. Thank you.
Love you.
Helping the society grow. And letting us be able to do this on a regular basis.
That's right.
I always love getting, I get to talk to Ziggy every now and then during some games during the week late at night. Colonel, I never get to talk to or see much except for the random group text that we have going on. So this is a rare treat for me to talk to you guys about what's going on in the horror world. So
that's fucking crazy.
Right. And even in the sports world, because I'll be honest, guys, I got the national championship game going on in the background. I'm not going to be too distracted because I don't have a dog in this hunt. I just want Alabama to lose.
I've never heard that phrase before.
What? Don't have a dog in the hunt?
Yeah. Those always don't have a dog in the fight around here. That's what people say.
No.
I was like, it's not PC to say that anymore. I was about to get in trouble.
Same thing, I think. Well, yeah,
Yeah.
no. Depends on if Michael Vick's around. Maybe
True.
you're not supposed to say that.
Oh,
Huh.
what happened?
All right.
Oh.
So, gang. Actually, it looks. According to my notes,
Oh, geez.
I get to start this week.
Wow.
All right.
So, yeah.
Hey,
Feel free to start throwing your top 5 list in there in the comments, and we'll get to those here in a minute. I'm having to go old school though, since I got the game going on in the background. I'm having to go old school. So,
I think we could actually see the game under Michael Myers there in the corner, just the top.
The very top corner of it.
Yeah.
I know. There's nothing I can do about that without completely like rearranging things here, and I'm not doing that.
Pro all the way, folks.
How did that?
Professional.
Oh man, these are not in alphabetical order either.
Oh, you fucked up.
Let's fix this a little bit.
While you're fixing that, I'm not going to lie. For a minute there on your screen, on the reflection, I could have swore I saw 2 fingers go. Obviously, I didn't, but that's what it looked like.
Oh, and the
What?
Then the reflection from the TV, I could have swore I saw 2 fingers go.
Oh, it may have been like
I think it was somebody running with the white pants from Alabama, like.
yeah, somebody's legs or something going across the screen, maybe. Yeah.
They were boring. They already got sports out of the way. He's trying to fix shit.
I know.
Like,
There we go. All right. No,
I
I'm
can
ready.
start
I'm ready.
pushing buttons here. You know, I mean,
Oh, wait.
I got it. The perfect one. I got it.
Well, we're waiting.
I'm ready now. I said, "Fuck."
Well, I got all the buttons lined up. I had to use them.
It just would have thrown me off if those weren't in alphabetical order. But I forgot I had done a mass upload because I had a headache earlier today and I could not look at a screen very long at all. So, top 5 of 1989, folks. S. Michael was one to comment earlier on our post about it being not a great year. This is a rough year, man. You've really got to embrace your 80s cheesiness to get into the horror of this year. There's not a whole lot of good stuff. And I get, after reviewing some of these again after so long, I kind of get like new, younger horror fans not understanding or not getting the love of the 80s horror films as much. So
Yeah.
but I did find one that I can't remember if I had seen this one before, but my 5 starts with one that I hadn't either seen ever or hadn't seen in 30-something years. With David Carradine and Bruce Campbell together for only, I believe, the only time, Sundown, of The Vampire's Retreat. What an odd little movie. Cheesy as fuck, but holy shit, I enjoyed the shit out of this. Ziggy seems like he knows what I'm talking about. Colonel, I assume you do
He's
as well.
staring off in the fucking space. No, I've never seen this.
No?
No, surprisingly not. I mean, I wouldn't say I've seen every Bruce Campbell movie, but I try to watch as many as possible. This is not one of them.
For me, when
I
movies,
encourage this one.
when it comes to movies like these come around, there's one that reigns them all, and that is Bubba Hotep.
Oh, yeah. Well,
Yeah.
absolutely.
But this is in that vein for sure.
Yeah, for a late 80s movie, this one was a lot of fun. You know, Carradine plays a vampire that has basically bought this town for other vampires to live in safely. They have a plant that produces a blood substitute where they don't have to kill people and suck blood and drink blood anymore, but they can live in this town unbothered and everything is good. Bruce Campbell, of course, plays a descendant of Van Helsing who is hunting him and comes stumbling into this town. They've also got somebody that's coming in to work on the blood plant because there's some defects. It's not putting out as much as they need. And it's just a funny horror Western comedy. And now the effects, awful. even for 80s standards. Awful. But you've also got Deborah Foreman from April Fool's Day in it. You have Maxwell Caulfield from Grease too, as like the main baddie. Emmett Walsh has, I guess, always been old. I've never seen him young. He has a great role in this movie. It's fun. Dana Ashbrook from Twin Peaks is in it. Just such a fun little fucking film. Sundown, number 5. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go check it out because it's too fun. Probably the most serious pick on my list, maybe the second most serious. Society, such a mindfuck of a film. And again, the effects in this aren't great. They probably were good in the 80s. They're not bad, and they are lit and darkened in a way that it is acceptable. But this story, and I don't even want to say too much about this one, because if you haven't seen this one, I want you to go in kind of blind and ignorant about it, because it's a strange little flick. But that last 20 minutes is wild and gets me every time. Number 3 for me, one I hadn't seen in a while, and I went back and looked at again. Leviathan. Basically, The Thing, John Carpenter's The Thing, underwater, minus the paranoia a little bit. There's not as much paranoia in this one. Peter Weller does a great job. The entire cast in this one does a great job. Ernie Hudson is fun. It's just a cool little underwater creature movie. Number 2, most of the cast one in the cast I can't really talk about, but this movie always kind of tripped me out a little bit. This is probably the most serious movie on my list, because it's barely in the horror genre. It's Dead Calm with Nicole Kidman and some twat that we don't talk about. But stuck on a boat, a stranger comes aboard needing help, and all hell breaks loose. And yeah, I've always liked this movie.
I've seen that movie.
Do what?
I know you're talking. I'm like, oh, I've seen that movie. Like, that's my moment tonight where I'm like, oh yeah. Sorry.
Oh yeah. Yeah. And young Nicole Kidman always did a thing for me. So gotta throw the love at the redhead every now and then. Honorable mentions for me, pretty easy. The Horror Show. Lance Henriksen and Brian James together for the only time, I think. Brian James, one of the greatest movie bad guys of the 80s, and completely outdoes himself in this one. And I know there's another movie a lot like this or similar to this that is probably on one of you guys' list that Wes Craven did, but I prefer this one for some reason. I don't know why. Number 2 on the honorable mentions for me, Puppet Master. You got to throw it. You got to throw it to this. It's one of the longer running franchises out there. Is it superb? No, but it's worthy of being included on this list. And another one that I think is a franchise that needs a little more love, Warlock. Shit, Julian Sands, man. Classic. Again, this movie is super, super fucking cheesy. But most of the 80s movies were. And this one does not disappoint.
A great fucking story. And told
it is
very
a good
well.
fucking story.
Told very well.
It is a good story. But number 1 for my list should not be too much of a surprise. One of the photos is up there on my wall.
Every
You
time
should know.
Gets.
Stephen King's Pet Sematary. The 1989 version of this, so good. So fucking good. That's all I can say about that. That's it. That's all I got. Thank you.
Wow.
That's my top 5.
There's
Good
his
look,
list,
Frank.
folks. Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Number 1,
Man.
Cemetery.
Oh yeah, easy.
I'm
That
like,
was easy
I
pick.
don't know about that.
It was a tough year. Was it? You know, I actually had a bit of problems. I had to edit a few off my list that I didn't want to. You know, I mean, I probably could have did 10 really easy on this list.
I could not have done 10. I don't
No.
think.
And I couldn't help but notice some of the larger franchises were omitted from your list there.
Number 6.
Okay. All right.
Don't you mean number 6 equals number 5?
Wait a minute.
No.
Are you
No.
taking my fucking material again?
What? What are you talking about?
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
I'm
What?
not an asshole. No.
Asshole.
I gotta fuck yourself, Ziggy.
I think he's talking about me. I don't know.
I have the buttons.
It goes either way.
No, it's I understand. I do, because we'll get to that later. We got to see what Colonel's done here. I don't have any idea what he's done with his list, but
Nope, I keep it top secret from you, buddy.
oh baby,
You
that's what I'm saying.
You guys were quite secretive about it this time around.
We have to. You know, it's got to be.
We always match up.
It's got to be genuine. If it does match up, it's because we like the same kind of shit, not because we saw each other's lists. So it's fucking legit, man.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna throw a couple of these lists out real quick.
Yeah.
Carrie says hers is 5. Jason Takes Manhattan. 4. Dead Calm. 3. Halloween 5. 2. Ghostbusters 2. And number 1, The Burbs. See, I didn't even. I thought about including Ghostbusters 2 and The Burbs, but I was like, no, I'm gonna slide those off to the side just a little bit.
Good list, though. Definitely good list.
Yeah.
Good list.
Peter says, where'd it go? Why did I do that? There we go. Peter says, Pet Cemetery, Shocker, Puppet Master, Friday the 13th, 8, and Freddy 5.
35. Yep.
Good list, Peter. Go for it.
Yes.
There's going to be a handful of these movies, I think, appearing on all lists. At least they should.
Right. Oh, and yeah. Now, okay, here comes Hutch to correct me. He says that dog won't hunt, but don't have a dog in the fight. All right, whatever. So I mixed up 2 fucking phrases. Fuck you, Hutch.
The more you know.
And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe.
G.I. Joe. James says you've got your SOV sleaze with disgusting space worms eat everyone and redneck zombies.
Shot on video,
redneck
folks,
zombies
if
around
you're wondering.
They're called methods.
Yeah, I deal with those all the time. In my neighborhood, there's some walking around right now. Probably looking for copper wiring.
Oh, wait.
Is that a catalytic converter? Oh, wait.
Stop it.
Kiara says the only ones I've seen from '89 are Pet Cemetery, Society. Man, that one scene. Halloween 5, Jason Takes Manhattan, Nightmare 5, and honorable mention Sleepaway Camp 3. Okay.
Oh, man. That might be the only time Sleepaway Camp 3 ever got any kind of mention after 1989. Good list.
Good list.
Yes. James says, how about Chameleons? It's Lovecraftian lunacy. I don't know that one. I'll look for it. Lorena says, or Dog Will Hunt.
Yeah.
That's right.
I still love the fact Primus threw that in.
Yeah.
With the race car driver.
Yep. I go right there every time.
Patricia's friend Amy is there to watch.
Hello, Amy.
Hello, Amy. And Patricia's list is number 5, Cannibal Women in the Avocado Jungle of Death. Number 4, The Burbs. Number 3, Puppet Master. Number 2, Nightmare on Elm Street 5. Number 1, Pet Cemetery. Good choice. And honorable mentions, Parents.
There it is.
Tetsuo. Yep. Parents, Tetsuo the Iron Man, Warlock, Jason Takes Manhattan, 976 Evil, Society, The Toxic Avenger, Part 2 and 3. That's a lot of honorable mentions. She could have done a top 10 list.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. There's a whole fucking bunch, man. And so you have to go right with that. What did I enjoy the most?
Oh, and Dave says, Crank, no spoilers on the game. I'm taping it. Nope. Don't worry. Don't worry. You may be able to tell some facial reactions from me if I happen to look this way from time to time and I get either really excited or really disappointed. That's all you're going to get from me, though.
Well, since you don't have a dog in the hunt, what team are you pulling for then? If you're only getting disappointed and excited, I have a feeling you're pulling for Georgia then.
He is.
Yeah, because like I said, I hate Alabama.
He said, fuck Alabama.
I can't stand. No, I said fuck Baker Mayfield. I can't stand Alabama.
Oh.
Okay. So I just heard the Baker Mayfield part, and I was like, God damn right. I hate that fucking guy.
He's an asshole. What?
Hang on.
Asshole!
Thank you.
There
Thank you.
I was all the way at the top of the fucking list.
Lorena says top 5. Puppet Master at 5. Probably should be higher. Been too long since I've seen it. Number 4, Society. 3, Shocker. Number 2, Halloween 5. And I'm sure she's got her others in here, but I'll have to get to them.
I'll have to take her DCS.
There we go.
Danielle likes that one too, though. So.
Yeah. Honorable mentions, Elves, Tetsuo, Pet Cemetery, and number 1 for Lorena, Parents. Nom, 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 nom.
I knew Parents was going to be getting some love around here tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And she said she eliminated Burbs because it's not strictly horror. Same with Toxie movies, I guess. Yeah. I think Toxic Avenger fits more than the Burbs, but
you're not. No one's wrong, and you're not wrong for having the Burbs or Ghostbusters too. I would say, but
that's that gray area we love to play in over here. So
gray matter is welcome here.
Oh yeah, we're in the gray zone all the time. So
I've been to the gray zone.
Man, Colonel, how much have you had to drink tonight?
Just this one. I'm slap happy. Like I said, I stayed up till down here 1 in the morning watching that game last night and got up at like 4:30. I'm done. So,
all right.
The French.
God damn it.
He's like matching the demeanor of Orson.
Right. Yeah, he is. Tyrone says Halloween 5 at number 3, number 2 Pet Cemetery, and number 1 The Burbs.
Yep.
Well, that's all the way up here.
Thank you. James says I watched Blades yesterday and had fun with it. Don't let that lawnmower get you. You just got to let Madman inject itself into your bloodstream. That was pretty close. Communion is a weird one. He's got a bunch here. The Cellar is decent. And he says he has the Society Steelbook. That's cool.
Yeah.
I need to look for that.
You see, this was in a time when the video stores exploded too. Like totally, the horror sections were fucking 2 aisles in most places. I mean, all this shit was in there. So a lot of it slipped between the cracks. So I mean, it's cool to rediscover some of this shit.
But also, you got to remember, this is 89. It's when that high was about to fucking plummet.
I'm just saying, it was a glutton of fucking. I mean, this is when all the independent stuff started like going direct to video and everything, and a lot more stuff became available, good and awful.
And there were lots of additional sequels, the straight to video or shot on video sequels that came out. That some rough stuff. Dave's top 5 list: Pet Cemetery, Pet Cemetery, Pet Cemetery, Pet Cemetery, and Pet Cemetery. And Pet Cemetery. Dave, you need to widen your horizons, expand your horizons. Yeah. Get out there more.
Take note of these lists tonight.
Watch more shit.
Yes.
James has got a couple more. Life would not be worth living if it wasn't for Lady Terminator. Oh, my Lord. I haven't thought about that one in a while.
You know.
And the house on Tombstone Hill always keeps it fresh. Forgot about that one, too.
So many.
All right. Orlando's got a list. Number 5, Nightmare on Elm Street 5. Number 4, Puppet Master. Number 3, Dead Pit. Number 2, Pet Cemetery. And number 1, Shocker. And honorable mention, Leviathan and Deep Star 6.
Nice list, Orlando.
Was Deep Star 6 in 89?
That I'm not sure about.
I know
I
Leviathan.
Was more 9. Yeah, I know Leviathan was. I thought Deep Star 6 was like 90 or 91.
Research. Let's get right on that real quick. Thanks.
I get on it, but you got to go ahead and do your thing first. Let me do my research department. All right, I'm on it.
1989. I stand corrected.
Oh, you're faster than I am. Oh, that's right, because my Wi-Fi is turned off on my phone. We did it 18 times. We'll never match up again.
James has his list. He says number 5, The Black Cat. Number 4, Intruder. Number 3, The Dead Next Door. Number 2, Sundown. Honorable mentions, Blades, Redneck Zombies, Chameleons, House of Usher, and Beyond Dream's Door. And number 1, Tetsuo the Iron Man.
Oh, yes, James. You tip your entire hand when you name some of those movies. And who you are. Just finishing my thought.
Oh, man. Lots of comments here. Carrie says she's impressed. I managed to do a list.
All right.
Patricia says the Baby and Redneck Zombies is fantastic. Raymond's here. What's up, Raymond?
What's up, Raymond?
S. Michael says, first time I couldn't come up with a top 5. Loved Pet Cemetery as a teenager, but watching it later, meh. I always thought Zelda was played by Amanda Plummer. Yeah, I could see how that you could think that. It was a dude. The only one that stood out to me, and I'd seen a lot of them, was Howling 5, which sucked, but had a memorable transformation with lots of goo. 89, the year of meh. Arguably the worst Friday film, in my honest opinion. Oh, well, the 80s couldn't last forever. No, that had to end at some point, and man, did they go out with a whimper. Good Lord. And Raymond's top 5. Number 5, Chopper Chicks in Zombie Town. Number 4, 976 Evil. 3, Freak Show. 2, Puppet Master. And number 1, Pet Cemetery. So Pet Cemetery is leading. It's in most top 5 so far. So excellent list, Raymond.
Good list, Raymond.
Good
I'm like 4 segments ahead in my mind, so
man, is that what it is? Is that what it is? Okay. Well, Colonel, it looks like you get the next turn.
No, I get that honor. That's fucking great.
You do.
1989, boys. That was a strange year. I was more concerned with, Ninja Turtles are going to stop Shredder this week or not. Inspector Gadget, all that fun shit. This list, all right, this fucking sucks, just so you guys know. I hated this. I wouldn't even necessarily, these are my top 5 favorite films of 89. It's just, like Crank said, I just kind of gave people credit for just being an original fucking IP this year. So
except for some of them.
Except for some of them, but you'll see what I'm doing here once I get started with my list. It doesn't even deserve the glasses. It doesn't deserve a rant, but the glasses are coming off because 89 fucking sucked.
I got it.
Number 5 is that gray area. I had to put it on the list somewhere. Ghostbusters 2. Yes. Love this movie. I wouldn't call it horror, but god damn it, I was damn sure going to be on this list before some of the other ones. Coming in at number 4, Warlock. Yeah, at least it's an original idea. Well, Zag, it is a pretty good story told well. That is not something that is very high on my rewatch list. Along with my number 3, Society.
What's
the
wrong
last
with
20
What's
minutes are
going on here?
great. But the fucking 70 minutes to it. Coming at number 2, they got better as they went. Puppet Master. It was cool. Honorable mentions. Coming in at number 1, Friday the 13th Part 8. Yeah. I like this movie as a kid. Now I appreciate the movie poster. Coming, honorable mention number 2, Halloween 5. Yeah, you see that mask on the cover?
That's not it.
That's
That's
not
not
it.
the one.
It looks like something you order off Wish. It's fucking awful. My last honorable mention. Here's my thing. You're gonna notice my theme now. Nightmare on Elm Street 5, The Dream Child. Yeah, that's pretty par for the course. And coming in at number 1 by default, don't go down that road, Pet Cemetery. I still laugh when I see that little Chuck Taylor bouncing down the road.
Oh!
That's the only enjoyment I get out of it anymore. There's Colonel's top 5 of 1989.
The French asshole.
And there you go.
It's a shame the Golden Globes were last night, because if not, you might have been in the running.
I should have won.
That was.
I couldn't. It was much easier for me to be honest than to fake my enthusiasm for fucking 1989, guys. It's like,
wow, that was disturbing, though. I can't necessarily say why, but I don't think you were meaning to do this, but maybe you were. Were you trying to imitate somebody we all know?
No.
Why?
No, I'm not picking up on that at all, guys. That's what you're thinking.
That's kind of what I got, but
that was totally coincidental.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's totally coincidental that list like that.
Yeah, guys.
Just stop.
Good Lord. Well, Colonel, interesting list. I'll put it that way. And actually, I saw something. Yeah, here we go. Dave says Colonel's so fired up. James says Colonel is Eeyore. Lorena says, Colonel, you sound like one of my teenage students while I'm dragging them through a lesson on verb tenses.
That's what 89 feels like.
Yeah. Stacy Lynn, I love the enthusiasm. Tyrone, you're fucking killing me, Colonel.
I'm telling you, Demon put more effort into the shit he took in that movie.
I know.
Wait, we have footage of that.
You could see the passion there. I mean, yeah.
Good God. Dave says that beer he's drinking got some real mellow juice in it.
Fuck, I wish.
The CBD blend and shit. What the fuck?
Right.
That'd be nice. Not gonna lie.
S. Michael says Colonel's enthusiasm for 89 is unparalleled.
See, S&M feels exactly like I do.
Wow.
PK, somebody give Colonel a Jolt Cola.
Yeah.
Patricia, what is that beer doing to you, Colonel?
I don't know.
Lorena says, like your preference for Michael Graves, I'm going to ignore that Chuck Taylor comment.
It's funny. I'm sorry.
BK, those were big in 89. And Tyrone says, Colonel took a demon shit on 89. Yeah.
We won't do the whole thing again.
Good Lord.
I'm sorry. I was looking at this list. I was just like, fuck, man. It's like literally I had to put Friday 8, Halloween 5, and Nightmare on Elm Street 5 as honorable mentions just to make a fucking top. Just because they had to be mentioned. They're fucking awful. Like 8 and 5 are arguably the worst ones in those franchises. Dream Child, I'm just not a fucking Nightmare on Elm Street fan. Other than the first one, I really don't like them.
All three of those could be, arguably the worst in their respective franchise.
Oh no, I would say put Freddy's Dead above the Dream Child as the worst.
They're interchangeable for some, I think.
I can see that. I mean, I can't really argue it, but
I can't comment yet until my list is public. So
right. Lorena says, "Nice effort there, Colonel."
Thank you.
But Patricia says, "Nice list, Colonel."
Thank you, Patricia.
Oh man, good Lord, that I love the performance though.
I'd say the comments about his performance were better than the fucking performance. For God's sake.
What? You're just being mean.
No. He's just mad because I made a better list than him. I didn't even try.
Oh, that's true.
Like, good, you got an original idea. They're going to be in my top 5 for 89. That's cool. The ones I've seen, I can put anything I haven't seen on the list.
He's got a couple. He's got a couple that haven't been mentioned on his list.
Yes, viewers have everything that I have on my list has been mentioned already. So,
Those thunder stealing pricks.
You bunch of thunder stealing pricks. Thanks a lot.
Yep. Orlando agrees with you, Colonel. Freddy's Dead, The Final Nightmare was way worse than Nightmare 5, or was worse than Nightmare 5.
I wanted to like that. You know what I think it was, though? There's a Zane bloodline in that movie, so...
don't talk shit about sister. She can't help they're related. She seems nice.
I don't know. Well, his demeanor prevented me from going to find out. How about that?
Fair enough.
Oh.
Next time we're at a con,
we'll have to.
We'll have to meet her just to see.
Just to put through the litmus test. I mean, we have to.
Well, to give her a shirt that says your brother is a dick.
Your brother's the cock.
I also bet she looks a hell of a lot better than, fully clad in leather than he does.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. He was pulling that shit off, though. He was sticking his ass out the table and everything.
At least he kept replacing his cod piece, too. That was nice of him, Every hour
Lisa,
on the hour.
Your brother, man, kind of...
Asshole!
Fucker, you almost got me. God damn.
I love the new buttons today. They're fun.
Carrie said, I thought I was watching Ferris Bueller's Day Off when Colonel was talking. He sounded like the teacher saying, Bueller. Raymond wants to know if we've done 82. I think we have, haven't we?
Oh, I can check.
We got to check the master list.
I'm pulling it up right now.
82. I'm pretty sure we did. Not that long ago. Honestly, it's at the top quarter of my list. So,
yep, it has been done. I'll look for a link here in a minute and add on there here in a minute for you, Raymond. Raymond also says Lisa Zane was nice. Orlando says Colonel met Lisa Zane in person. Orlando met Lisa Zane in person. She is just as annoying. Met her at Flashback Weekend and Days of the Dead in Chicago. Uh-oh.
She needs one too, eh?
What the hell is the matter with you anyway?
Let me pull up. Let me see if I can pull up 1982 and get that link for Raymond. Yeah, you guys talk amongst yourselves a little bit more.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not trying. It sucks for me that that Zane was a dick to us because I love Demon Knight. I think that's one of the greatest horror performances in a modern tale. How about that? There's a fucking credit for somebody. But man, I'm totally turned off of watching it in recent light because of this dickhead, man. So
I know. That's a shame. This Demon Knight's such a good fucking movie.
It is.
And you're right. He nailed it. Fucking nailed it.
Oh, okay. I see what happened. I guess we got bumped off the stream when we did 82 because it's in 2 parts. And it looks like we did a.
Wonder why that happened.
Yeah, I wonder why.
Those bits. Hey, it could have been yours that time too. Remember, you had a couple of crashes in there right around that time.
No, I stopped them at that point. Now, when I first started doing them, it was a toss-up who crashes, either you or me.
It'll happen again. I'm sure it'll happen again. They're fucking banning my zigzag zones now on YouTube for some of them.
I saw that.
Fucking assholes. Watch them while you can, folks. You never know how long they're going to be there.
That's what I do.
There's part 1, Raymond, and then pulling up part 2 right now. So there's part 2. So when you get a chance, go check those out.
1982. Yeah, there were some good ones in 82. I remember that.
Yeah, we actually did 10. We did a top 10 there. So
there were so fucking many.
Raymond says, hopefully it will come back to Horror Hound. I'll make a shirt that says "Fuck Billy Zane." Hold that thought.
He's in the club, right? Yeah, he's in the club.
He's in the members club, but I don't think he's in the. He's not one of the final girls yet. You may have to jump on the final girl train before March.
Before March. There you go. Hint. Could be a epic. You don't know the style we're coming at you with this shit, though. You know it's going to be DCS fucking funny. Believe that. We got an idea. It's funny.
All right. Oh, S. Michael says, way to push through it, Colonel. At least you came up with a whole list.
Thank you.
That's true.
It's tough.
We've been shorted before.
All right. Well, yeah, Ziggy.
I know. We're just moving along tonight, aren't we?
I know.
Because it's fucking 89.
89. And like I said, I'm sure Colonel's not going to argue too much if we, knock off a couple of minutes early tonight. You know what I mean? It's all right. 1989. I don't know what you guys are talking about. There was plenty to see here. Now, as far as effects and gore and everything like that go, listen, you didn't have the previous years, like coming, 30 years of being able to compare it to the shit they were coming out with and stuff. So what we had is what it was. And a lot of it is really good. I'll start with number 5, and it's probably my weirdest pull. And it appeared on our boys James list. The Dead Next Door, J.R. Bookwalter's masterpiece. This guy took about 4 years, all the money he had in the world, somehow got Sam Raimi to throw in some of his Evil Dead 2 money, and Bruce Campbell to voice 2 of the characters overdubbed in the movie. I got this thing from my comic shop. I had to order it through. They had this catalog every week where you'd get your issues. I used to be the comic guy back then a little bit. But this movie appeared in the catalog. I just said, I read about it in Fangoria magazine. I was like, well, shit, there it is. So we ordered it. It may be one of the worst pieces of shit ever shot acting-wise. It's terrible. The acting is so bad. But
it made your list.
It made my list because it has some of the most clever and effective gore effects and tongue-in-cheek ways of doing it, and the comedy is there, and it's so good that way. I couldn't not put this on my list. It was honorable mention at first. I had to fucking move it onto the main list because I think it's that important to what became of that whole home video market and the independent movie. This was one of the pioneers of that whole fucking thing. The Dead Next Door. If you haven't seen it, I don't know what to tell you, man. Get a pillow to sit on because your ass is going to hurt watching it. But I mean, it is worth it. You got to see it. As a horror fan, I'm ordering you see The Dead Next Door. It's out there on all the free previews on your on-demands now. So, yeah.
Don't tell me what I fucking do. I do what I want.
I'm telling you. Now, shut up.
Well, I'm already sitting on pillows, so at least be happy. I'm meeting you halfway.
Okay. I'm on a pillow, too, actually. It's pretty good. But it's more for height. Number 4.
Hemorrhoid-having bastards.
Hey, don't even joke about it, man. I've been good for 12 years. I don't ever want to go down that fucking road again. Number 4, another one that's a cornerstone of this time, this era. Puppet Master came out, and it kind of changed the game. What was it? Full Moon Video, I think. They were the ones that released it, and fuck, they banked a whole career on this fucking concept. And it is pretty cool, man. If you like those dolls and the killer kind of thing, this one has all the gags, too. It's worth fucking seeing. They have some really killer box sets out there, too, with the Puppet Master, the whole thing. I'd recommend it. Sure.
Just to have the sets the sets are pretty cool. Yeah.
They got one that comes in the whole puppet box. Did you see that one? Oh, the sideshow one, or not sideshow, but you know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's I think it's that Full Moon. They put it out, but man, it's sweet. But
but it's like $300 too.
Yeah, but once a year they do like a 60% off on it, and that's when I would grab it. Number 3, again, it's on everyone else's list. Where else do you get a toddler getting run over by a semi? Horrible, man.
Hilarious.
And Zelda alone warrants this movie being on the list. Pet Cemetery, of course. God damn it. Stephen King, arguably the greatest adaptation to film I've heard. I don't know if I agree with that, but for 89, it has to be on the list. It just has to. Number 2, Crank pretty much nailed it with the synopsis there. The Thing underwater without the paranoia. Leviathan, one of the greatest jump scares at the end of the movie you'll ever come across. Just a good monster movie, man.
But the jump scare at the end of the movie is a ripoff of Friday the 13th.
So what? It still gets you.
And a ripoff of Carrie.
But they timed it right to where it's, you know what I mean? Well, yeah, everything's, if you want to take it back to Carrie, that one fucking, like, admissions at mental institutions went up 20% after that shit came out, man.
You're right, though. I'm not knocking.
Right. It's a good jump scare at the end of a pretty good monster movie, and you get it's like the paranoia is replaced by claustrophobia and the fear of running out of oxygen underwater, which I fucking hate. The fear of drowning is awful. So, yeah, Leviathan will do it for you. I think it's better than Deep Star 6. That's why, and I also thought Deep Star was a different year, but it is, in my opinion, better. It's a better film.
Wrong, sir. Wrong about the year. I have to ask you about that jump scare.
The jump scare?
1 to 10, where was it?
It just, I love the way they timed it, and I was kind of like thinking, oh, here we are just like Jaws at the end of the movie, and they're all floating around in the water, and then boom, that fucking thing hits the top and breaks the water, So I give that one a 7, man, for the jump scare.
So it was about a 7 a.m., right, when you first wake up?
Pardon my French, but you're an asshole.
What?
Asshole!
Thank you.
Fair enough.
Made my list go away. Okay, honorable mentions. I did go down that road, Crank, and went with Wes Craven's Shocker for my first honorable mention because even he admitted they lacked the technology to really bring his own vision of what he wanted for Shocker and Horace Pinker, more importantly, the character. It's still decent, though. I like it because I love Mitch, what is it, Pileggi? Pileggi, yeah. His portrayal of Horace Pinker is, I wish they could have franchised that somehow, because I think Horace Pinker was a cool fucking dude for a killer. And once he went electrified, it could go into the outlets and shit like that. Okay, it got a little stupid. I understand why it doesn't get the love it should, but still, man, I'm a Wes Craven slappy. I always will be, so Shocker will be on my honorable mentions at least. The next one, also mentioned, The Horror Show, originally titled House 3, but lacked the humor and lacked that kind of pace that the first two had. Therefore, they dropped the house altogether, called it The Horror Show. Max Janke, Byron Jones, right? Is that his name?
Brian James.
Brian James. Close enough. But, yeah, Max Janke. I remember the fucking character he played better than his real name. But it's not the best horror movie, man, but it did deliver as like that supernatural kind of slasher. It stunk of that. It felt a little short in the end. Let's admit it. My last honorable mention.
I'll admit this. It made it on my list because it had two of the epitome of 80s actors in it, and that's Brian James and Lance Henriksen. So that's why it made my list.
And he's pretty cool as the Henriksen all the way in that movie. I think that's one of his better roles, honestly.
All of his movies. What are you talking about?
He's always cool.
Have you not seen Stone Cold?
He's buried, though. He's fucking buried by the material in that one.
Oh, yeah.
You can have my woman. Sorry.
Last honorable mention, 976 Evil. Yes. It was different. I liked it because it was different. It was a different approach. A demon, a devil taking souls through manipulation of a fucking stupid 976 number. You remember the 976-3636 dial Santa? Oh yeah, this was a real thing, kids. This happened, and millions were made and lost from people calling into these fucking numbers like this. I mean, you had everything.
Oh, the psychic hotline started as a 976 number.
But here you had Stephen Jeffries, famous, Evil Ed from Fright Night in the title role here. He's kind of a nerd, and then finds himself through 976 Evil, and it goes horribly, and kind of a cool ending, though, where a decision has to be made, So I always dug that. Different kind of movie.
Who directed that one, by the way?
That one directed by the one and only Robert Englund. Yes. Now, I can't clap for it because, you know what I mean? I'm not sure. He didn't really direct anything else beyond that, as far as I know, aside from a couple episodes of this or that, so. 976 Evil, there's worse ways to spend your time. That's all I'm saying. And number one, I don't think either one of you guys put this on your main list, and I'm a bit disturbed by that.
It was on
I said it.
It was an honorable mention on mine.
Okay, it was on Colonel's main list. Okay.
Yeah.
I forgive you. Warlock, Julian Sands, Laurie Singer. I love this movie. Yes, it's cheesy as fuck. It does have its dark moments. Like when he's like, I'm a witch, and the little boy's like, well, where's your broom? How do you fly? It's like, I don't need a broom to fly. It's like, well, how do you fly? And just starts laughing at him while he's kind of pushing him on the swing, Blood of a child helps me fly, That's where it goes. And I love shit like that in there. But the story's great. Warlock learns, gets to the modern times. If he says the name of God out loud, everything is undone. It's one of those kind of movies. So you have a hero also from his time back in the 1800s. They come back.
Richard E. Grant.
Yes. And it's just a fun fucking ride. Well executed story with tons of cheese, but pretty strong performances from Julian Sands, Laurie Singer, and our guy you just mentioned there,
Richard E. Grant.
Yes. So there you go. That's my list. And go see Warlock.
And nice list, Zach. Nice list.
Oh,
very nice. Very nice. I'm glad you went into your love on Warlock a little bit, because I was kind of curious after we talked the other night. We didn't necessarily, I don't think we exposed what our list would be, but we were talking about Warlock because I had just watched it again, and I wasn't necessarily dogging it, but I was like, God damn, it's so cheesy and blah 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 blah. And you were just like, great movie, great fucking great movie, great story. They should have done more of that. Great story. You were just like so adamant. You were getting pissed off that I was like, God damn, it was cheesy.
I knew that it was either not going to make your list or be just a mention or something really low. And, come on, man. He puts the curse on the chick. She ages 20 years overnight 3 times. It's fucking cool.
Hey, I love Laurie Singer. I thought she was great in Footloose. She was, one of those 80s stars that for some odd reason really didn't do a whole lot afterwards. It just kind of like she peaked early or whatever.
I think she was used up by Hollywood, and they went, you know what? She's not bankable anymore. She's made too many shit movies, Hey, it's all right.
God damn.
Number one with me.
But no, and I love Richard E. Grant. He's one of those actors that I've just always been fascinated by, because he can play serious, but when he's got that slight edge to him, or that slight weird connotation to his characters, it's a whole different fucking story.
And that's the thing. What he does and where he's from, his character, it's believable. That's what
it works.
I bought it.
Yeah.
I totally fucking bought it. Like, I'm like, yeah, this fucking guy, like his kind of looking around at modern times and freaking out at cars and shit like that. I mean, it's just so charming and cool as well as cheesy.
Right. Like when they're driving and he's like, what side of the road are you supposed to drive on over here? The right side. Oh, okay. And he grabs the wheel and turns it.
Yep.
No.
Keeps calling it a carriage, calls it a carriage the whole time.
Right. I loved Richard E. Grant in Hudson Hawk. And then he also did this very bizarre British movie called Withnell and I years ago. I believe that was mid 80s. And that was one of those things I found in the late 80s on video. And just, it's a very dark comedy, but holy shit, it was one of those that's just like, if you get it and you're into it, it gets you. There we go. Carrie says Billy Zane is a twat. Hashtag.
He is.
He is.
Well, and you know we would never say that. I mean, but he's truly the one and only out of dozens of celebrities that we've met that has actually come across that way.
Yeah.
Only one. Colonel?
Yeah.
Help me out here, man.
Yeah, I mean, I helped you out when we first came back from Horror Hound. We dogged him pretty fucking good.
Maybe not.
He is the most negative experience I've had. To be fair, though, the first time I met Tom Savini, he was kind of a dick. Until he saw me pull out some money, then he cheered up and was super fucking nice.
You know,
but I get it. I mean, it's we go for fun. They're going there to get paid. It's a job.
That's it.
I don't expect them to always be, those friendly, happy people. But
it was
also we're giving you fucking money. You should at least be fucking courteous.
Well, that's the beginning and end of it, right there. I mean, you signed on for this motherfucker. Now you take what comes. That's the fucking bottom line. As far as Tom Savini, the first time I met him was 2001 here in Michigan, and nobody was bothering him. And we walked up and we're making some talk, and he was kind of short with us. And then I bought a couple of things, the pendant, the hockey mask pendant from him. That was $40, and then an autographed picture too, so another $20. So then he sweetened up a little bit, But now we've met him several times. I get more of who he is, and he doesn't mean anything by being coarse or gruff like that. It's just who he is.
That's who he is. He's small town dude. He's not Mr. Hollywood like that. He's good at.
The other celebrity that was kind of to at least Ziggy, if I remember correctly, was Joe Bob.
Don't you sully Joe Bob on this fucking show.
No, because in the end, he still gave us an ID, at least. Reluctantly, I will say, but he did agree to do that because this is all with that fucking Crypticon crap when the organizers told us we had to get permission to film from the celebrities themselves. Which,
right, I remember.
Now I got a pass. Now I can walk up and approach these people before the panel starts. And okay, great. So this is the last day. Joe Bob's getting ready to do his panel. We're like, hey, do you mind if we got this podcast we're gonna set up and record it. We're gonna show it on our channel. And he's like, yeah, well, it's kind of the cameras. You need a really good camera and a couple of angles and lots of lighting for me to. I don't want to look 80 years old on your show. I mean, it's kind of what he said. He didn't want to fucking do it. And then I was like, okay, how about just an ID for the show? And he was like, sure. But I mean, he still wasn't even the level of Billy Zane. He still respected the convention exchange relationship that someone else didn't.
All right. Fair enough. James says, I didn't care for the Pet Cemetery remake, but I would rewatch the original. Yeah. I think I'm one of the three of us, at least, that actually didn't mind the remake from 2019.
I didn't mind it. But listen, the problem, of course, I think I'm going to say what you were going to say, is they fucked it up with the trailer, giving you all the angles and all the plot points that would have knocked your fucking head off if you would have not known it was coming that way, the big twist that they reversed. And that's why I'm pissed at that fucking movie.
Yeah, I agree. I'm done. I have nothing to say.
Why'd you cut the Colonel off, man?
We were both starting at the same time. But that's some moment we do agree on, man. That is bullshit. They should have never done that. They ruined it.
Yeah, they did. Leviathan is a good one, James also says. And look who's back, gang. John's Films and AFL Footy.
It's
Says
Australian Football League.
Oi, oi.
I'm aware.
Aussie.
Says hi all from Hobart, Tasmania. Says Puppet Master was okay for around 89. Yeah.
Right.
Welcome back. Welcome back, John's Films.
Yes.
FaZe is out delivering pizza tonight up in Wisconsin. He says, I'm feeling like Jack Torrance from The Shining out in this cold. Great list so far.
Stay warm, bro.
Stay warm up there, man. He's got like wind chills in the negative teens up there, I think. John's Film says, I didn't mind Friday the 13th, Part 8, Jason Takes Manhattan. Jason in the Big Smoke. Yeah. It made one of our honorable mentions, and that was about it. But
see, now I can talk on it now. I left all of them off. I had no Halloween, even though I don't really hate Halloween 5 aside from the mask. I really hate the mask in Halloween 5. But Nightmare on Elm Street, I'm with Colonel. Not a fan outside of the first. I'll even say first 3, and 2 is probably it's 1, 3, 2 if I do it like that.
It's 1, 3.
1, 3, exactly. You can keep the rest. But Jason Takes Manhattan. No way, man. That ending I cannot forgive you for, and I never will. I can't.
One on the Nightmare on Elm Street. It's 1, New Nightmare 3 for me. So
Nightmare's not bad. I like it.
Nightmare's good.
I
I like that meta shit, man.
I don't know. I just had to put it on. I just had to put those 3 on my list because those are like the 3 major slasher franchises. Like I think they at least deserve an honorable mention, even though they're all respectably really fucking bad.
They're terrible.
I mean, I know you have to, let go of fucking reality when you're watching any horror film. How the fuck does a lake meet the ocean?
Attached to the ocean?
But you have to admit the promotion behind Part 8 was fucking fantastic.
Oh, the fact that Kane Hodder in full costume went on the Arsenio Hall show.
Yeah.
And then didn't say a fucking word.
It's nothing to do with Jason, how he looks, aside from maybe the melting face part and the turning into a baby child. Yeah, that.
Mommy.
Nothing wrong with Kane Hodder in his role in Jason in Part 8. It's just the whole fucking story as a whole. I'll say it again. This was the one I really truly feel was an absolute, like, we got nothing, but it's on the schedule. We got to make it, and let's bank up here. Let's do it. That's what we got.
Yeah, it was absolutely. It was rushed. Patricia wants you to know Warlock was on her honorable mentions. She likes Julian Sands.
Yes,
it's a great list. Ziggy.
He's the best thing about that movie.
Absolutely.
He looks great in it, and just so cold, and it's just nothing matters but the magic and completing the mission of undoing the world.
Everything.
Yeah.
Lorena says, superb list, Mr. Zag. James says he hasn't seen Warlock in a while. Give it another shot, man.
Yeah.
Embrace your inner cheesy 80s-ness, though, before you do, or it will be... Whew.
James, look not into his eyes.
James also says, can't forget dial code Santa Claus.
Number 6, I did not want to put it on my list. So close to just having it on a prior list.
I had a joke with the ice cream bunny shit going with that one, but I let it all go. Yeah, just didn't make the cut.
John's Film says, Warlock, don't think I've watched that. Might have to have a watch. Yeah, give it a shot if you haven't seen it.
You want
classic.
Something fun. It is. You're gonna get, like these guys said, the '80s cheese that's there, but I mean, it's a good story wrapped around it, man. Really good.
It's worth watching.
Yeah. Second one, not so
ahead.
much.
Yeah. Stacy's got her list, but she also wants to know: did anyone mention Cutting Class with Brad Pitt?
That one's funny because Kevin Bacon gets all this Friday the 13th love, and here's Brad Pitt, arguably a bigger star, also got a start in a shitty slasher.
Plus an episode of Freddy's Nightmares.
Yes.
No order on her list, just the ones she remembers. Number 5. Okay, thank you for the email notification that just covered up everything.
Where'd it go? There it goes.
I can't. There we go. Number 5, Puppet Master. Number 4, Pet Cemetery. 3, Nightmare on Elm Street 5. Number 2, Warlock. And number 1, Nightmare. Wait.
You got the same one twice? Maybe she meant Halloween 5.
That.
Maybe Halloween. Who knows?
Hold on. Check that again because you almost went. Maybe she's fixed that in the comments because I'm way behind. Carrie's going to look up Cutting Class. I almost watched that again, but I didn't want to pay $5 for it to rent it, so I did not.
Yeah, it's Brad Pitt. It's like his first official movie role.
Yeah. Patricia says, "Did you guys like Argento's Phantom of the Opera with Julian Sands?"
I've never seen it.
Yeah, it looks good, but I don't know, man. There's something about Argento that always goes against my grain. I don't know what the fuck it is with him. It's not like Fulci, or Bava. I don't know.
Yeah. James says, go ahead. No, go ahead.
I'm a little surprised Zach didn't have The Church on his list.
Number 6.
All right. That one I was expecting. A little shocked I didn't see. I was like, what?
God damn it. James says England also starred in a version of Phantom of the Opera, but he hadn't seen it. Dave says the worst I ever came across was Tom Savini. Fucking sucked. And Patricia adds, Savini's a little better now, and he used to be a major ass. I don't know. Every time I've met him, he's been pretty cool.
And he's got his side of that story too. I mean, I do think a lot of it just the negative press came from the website that was up there. Tom Savini's a dick. No longer in service, but somebody actually did that based on, what he says was signing an autograph. Somebody was behind him going, hey, do you want to talk to so-and-so? And he said, I don't want to talk to anybody right now. Which the girl he was signing the autograph for thought he was talking to her.
Right.
So she took the signature thing, flipped it back in his face, and marched away. The next day, Tom Savini is a dick.com was born.
It's pretty good story.
You can look that up. That story exists on the Tom Savini panel in the archives on the Death Curse Society page.
Yeah. Here's an interesting one. Orlando says, worst experience for me was Judy Aronson. Beautiful after all these years. She's a fucking vampire, that's why. But she was more focused on texting instead of her fans that stopped by her booth. Where was this? I'm curious.
Chicago.
Probably Chicago,
yeah. He was there recently, so.
Oh, yeah. Lorena says, currently 2 degrees up in Wisconsin, -12 wind chill. Chris needs a better coat. Somebody go get him a better coat.
All right. Let's get into that Death Curse Society store. Get that Death Curse Society over wrap print winter coat.
Oh, the AOP? We do need to work on some AOP stuff. All over print.
I've got a couple. They're different. They are different. The shirts are different. They're thinner.
Oh, yeah.
Stuff, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
They're still cool. They're still cool. We just got to have the right print.
We need to make one where there's nothing but Billy Zane's face all over it. No, but draw a dick on his head like he passed out at a party.
That is funny. Okay.
Raymond wants to know, how do you guys pick the years that we cover?
Well, there's like a master list, and we, there's always a couple of options, and then we just we shoehorn them in whenever we need to.
Yeah, it's really fucking random for 90% of the topics we cover.
I mean, we okay. Look, we did 5 in 80s, 4 in the 90s, 1 in 2000s. Okay, next one we'll do is 2000s, something like that, or 70s, maybe 60s. It depends how froggy we're feeling.
Yeah, lately we've been on the rotation of like 70s, 90s, 80s, 2000s. So that's kind of been the rotation lately. But you know,
And
and we just pick a random year.
yeah, we don't do years every week either. So I mean, sometimes
Right.
you know,
It's shitty.
next week it's the Scream ratings. Am I correct?
Right.
Yes.
Yep. Get ready, Colonel.
I fell asleep watching the original fucking Scream, so I am.
Oh wow.
It's gonna be fun.
all these new movies I'd rather watch than rewatching all these Scream movies. It fucking sucks.
I have to.
I got a bunch of starty emails from a streaming company that I would love to watch some of these instead, even though they're probably not good.
Oh, the screeners.
Yeah, but I can't.
Yeah.
I gotta
Hey,
watch
man.
the Scream.
Queen
We'll
of
get back to them.
the Queen of Black Magic was a screener. Slacks was a screener.
Yes.
So, and that one that was a game show. I forgot to mention that one too, but that one was. Remember that one? It was kind of like
No.
I don't know which one you're talking about. This is one of the
With
ones
the-
we got with Lucky. It was Lucky and his the other one.
With the other Skarsgård kid.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that was
I don't
okay.
remember the name of it.
that was better than I thought.
Oof.
Lucky
Just lacked
had
the
me
gore.
for a
It lacked-
while.
The gore would have put that on the list for sure. A little more blood and action.
I liked Lucky for what it was, but definitely one of those man-hating movies.
Yeah, it wouldn't make my list if it wasn't so man-hating because it had a really good point to it. I couldn't even argue the fact. It's like, yeah, but then at the end, I was just kind of like, okay, that's a little bit too much.
Yeah.
I almost put it on my list though.
It was close to mine too. Dave says the only thing I don't like about Halloween 5 is Halloween 5.
You know it's bad when his disguise mask is better than his actual fucking mask.
That's a good point.
It just pisses me off that they made all these plot fucking lines happening with the Man in Black and everything, and we didn't know there was no closure with it. You know, it just went away. Just went away. That's the problem.
Well,
with that movie.
he was back in 6, but it was such a meh. It was like we got to do something with this guy, but so bad.
I'm dissatisfied with that answer.
This one's good. Warlock wanted to be a Skinamax movie from Hutch. It wanted to be.
It did.
But didn't quite make it. All right, there. Yeah, Stacy Lynn says, oops, I meant Halloween on one of those. Tired teacher mode. Understandable.
It's all right.
John's Film says, gosh, it's hard to remember movies in 1989. Yeah, it's
Not a lot of memorable ones.
No.
I saw almost all of these in the theater too.
Orlando says Judy Aronson was at Flashback Weekend 2018 or 2019. All right. I think she's back on the circuit again too this coming year. Maybe in part for 13 Fanboy and such. We'll see.
We'll try.
Let's throw it on the table. See what happens.
Yeah. No, James, not Death Row Game Show. It was one from just a couple years ago that got released here in the States. I'm gonna have to look
I want
it
to
up
say
here.
it was like Swedish or something,
Yeah.
but it was decent. It was an older movie, but the release just came to America. It was like 3 years ago, I want to say. That
Yeah,
movie.
it was like 2018, 2019 or something like that, and then it dropped here.
I'll look that up. I'll have it ready next week. So we'll know.
Orlando says Scream has received positive reviews, and they have said it is the best one since the original. Going this Sunday, and I will send you a message after seeing it, Crank. All right, sounds good. Yeah, I'm seeing it Friday night with my local Stillwater Horror Club, the Death Curse Society Horror Club, and yeah, we'll see. I'm not sure.
I've heard them say that about a couple of the other sequels
They
as
say
well.
that about everything that comes out.
That's like when Iron Maiden puts out a record and they go, "Oh, this is our strongest material to date."
Is it? Is it?
It's all about promotion.
Yeah.
Bands are really bad for that. It's the best record ever. And it's
Oh,
fucking
man.
garbage. It's like, no, it's not.
You got your whole life to write your first record and like 6 months to do the second one. Now the substance is going to be thin.
Bingo. That's the tough part that a lot of people don't really get. Okay, so next week is the Scream review and rankings of the former Scream movies. And we're also going to be joined by one of our final girls, Lorena herself, is going to be in here.
That's what I'm looking forward to next week.
That's right.
Let me get the bats all queued up for her next week. Oh, man. That'll be the mission this week.
So, Lorena, get ready and make sure to get that, what'd you call it the other day? Helmet hair all poofed up and be ready for the show. Should be fun. After that, the week after that, then we're going to do a review on Morbius.
No, we're not.
No, we're not. Yeah, that got moved to April or something.
Back again.
Oh, it did, didn't it? Well,
Yep.
fuck. Well, I don't know what we're doing.
There you go, an open date.
Oh, no, it's not. I'll just move up the one for the next week then. Because we were going to do... Okay, so the 17th, we're doing the Scream rankings and review. And then on the 24th, we'll do top 5 Wes Craven films. How's that sound, folks?
Top 5
We're
West
better.
I like it because
Yeah.
in my mind it's already finished.
I've already got that list.
Yeah.
Coming at number 1, Shocker.
No.
No, I hope not.
Just, I mean, shit, you could probably just do it right off the top of your head, like that one, that one, that one.
All right. Carrie says she's currently watching Scream 2 and Sarah Michelle Gellar is just about to get off. Good.
I'd offer 2, but
Yeah.
it'll only be like 10 seconds. I don't think I'd be off. I don't think she would. Sorry.
I'd buy that for $1.
That's all it costs, too. It's crazy. Back in the late 90s, this is a little pricey. Now I can afford it.
All right.
They went up to $1.50. Dollar Tree can't sell anything for $1 anymore.
Has this joke run its course?
As a matter of fact, it was.
Well,
Close enough.
the English isn't correct on that.
He's British, so it's fine.
It doesn't.
No,
Still
it's
doesn't
not,
work.
'cause that's the most proper form of English.
John says The Burbs was more of a comedy, but good '89 film. Yeah, it got mentioned earlier.
We like the Burbs here.
And Lorena says, "Oh goody, can't wait." And Wad O'Hare. That's right.
O'Hare.
So
And,
yeah, that's it. Next couple weeks looks good.
should anybody be mad that we left the Burbs off our list?
No.
Should not.
No one should be mad that we left Halloween, Nightmare, and Friday off of our list, mostly.
To me, it was low hanging
Mentions
fruit.
aren't really on the list, though. It's like,
Right.
Yeah.
It was low hanging fruit. I was like, I thought the same as Colonel. I go, you know what? At best, they're going to be on my honorable mentions. But again, I had to omit a couple other ones over those, even without having them. So, fuck them.
Yeah. When I first put my list together, like early, and just started, writing down the ones that I remember seeing and knowing of, they were there. But then, as I started going back and watching some and even starting some movies and then going, oh yeah, I remember watching this. And then it creeped up on the list. They were further down than 9, so just happened.
Yeah.
I just knew part 8, there was no fucking way in hell I was ever going to. There's not a chance. Not a chance.
Either
Only
Friday or Halloween would have made my list sooner than Nightmare. Easily.
I think that's the only time I walk out of a Friday the 13th movie angry. Kind of like, man, what the fuck? What was that?
Okay.
I watched my shit on VHS, son. I don't know what you're talking about.
Huh.
I didn't get to see a Friday film in theaters till I was already a man. Like, come on.
Me, dude. They
One
didn't
bit.
tell nobody it was coming, and then that trailer drops with the "Start spreading the news." You know, it,
So good.
so fucking good and got me hyped. I was like, "Oh yes, fuck yes, another Friday!" And the fuck first day we were there, and yeah, walked out going, "Guess that ship has sailed." Huh.
Well, they could have done so much more with that. Even if you could have logistically figured out a way to have gotten Jason to New York from Crystal Lake.
I much
If they would
rather
have spent more than 15 minutes there, it would have been a hell of a lot better.
I much rather would have seen a continuation of the New Blood, which
Yeah.
they were trying to do, and a lot of their actors had agreed to do,
Yeah.
but couldn't get a fucking script to them.
Yeah.
That's the priority of it all. Fucking
Weird.
that's where Paramount fucked up.
John gets to see Scream tomorrow.
Oh, nice.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Way to go. Let us know what you think of that.
Aussie, Aussie, Aussie. Oi, oi, oi.
Dave says, wad of hair like something about Mary? I don't want to know. I do not want to know.
That shit was funny. First time I saw it, it was like, ah!
What's that on your ear? Yeah, that was some pretty vulgar comedy there. I think Ben Stiller's involved in a lot of gross humor like that. The best one of them all was Meet the Parents when the mom's like, that's his foreskin, and like it goes flipping up in the air, and he just reaches across the table and you just hear it slaps off his hand. I couldn't stop laughing with that shit, man. I was still in the theater 10 minutes later going, that was the funniest shit. That's the best.
Oh, good
I like
Lord.
that stuff, man. It's good stuff.
Yeah. I
And
like
something
Ben
about
Stiller.
Mary that was a good one, man. That one really set those guys into orbit as far as comedy writers, you know?
All right. Looks like John's doing his list. He says Maniac Cop 3, number 3, Nightmare on Elm Street, number 2, Burbs, and Friday the 13th 8 as 1.
Oh.
All right.
John.
All right.
Nobody's wrong here. Nobody's wrong here.
Well, we'll see.
But
Oh, yeah, but
you
John
broke my heart, John. You broke my heart.
Not on this one. There was a comment he made earlier. He's wrong.
John's wrong?
He was.
Oh, no.
Friday 13th Part 5 is not rubbish.
Oh. Now those are fighting words with the Colonel
Those
now.
are fighting
John.
words.
Well, he does have an interesting question, though, and this may be a way to wrap it up tonight. He says, what film this year do you think will be the best horror from what we've heard or seen? Ziggy?
Oh, boy. I think it remains to be seen this year yet. Wait a minute. 2022? Yeah. We're talking the last year.
Yeah.
No, it's 2022.
Okay. We just kind of did this, and I settled in on Salem's Lot, Evil Dead. I think those will be the two that will be fighting for my top spot, in my opinion.
Yeah, I think my top spot's going to be Terrifier 2 and Evil Dead.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah. Put Terrifier 2 up in there, too. Yeah.
Damn.
He's thinking, folks.
I'm looking at the list that we talked about.
Oh, see, I did off the top of my fucking head here.
I'm curious. Well, I've got research.
And you're in Oklahoma.
Oklahoma! Oh, my ass meat!
Haven't had Knoxville on in a couple of weeks, man. They got a new movie coming out.
Are you done?
And I almost guarantee there's at least one time Crank has woke up after a hard night of drinking and said, my ass meat. What happened?
Dude. Damn.
Happens to the best of them. Nothing to be worth ashamed of.
Man, no, it doesn't. Does not happen to the best of us. Fuck you.
He wakes up going, oh, what happened to my
asshole?
I'm dreading that those got added now. All right, I'm curious about. I think the Black Phone is going to be pretty good, and I'm also kind of pumped for Jordan Peele's Nope, just because I like the fact that we don't know anything about it yet. Because, as we always say, trailers fuck things up.
It's like literally the only thing we know about Nope is where you got the idea for the title. That's it.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. Guess we'll find out this summer. Or whenever it's slated to release. So,
he's not given any reason not to think it won't be something to watch and ponder on. Like, so I definitely will see that one for sure. But I'm more excited for some of the bigger properties, I guess.
Yeah.
And of course, we got Halloween Ends as well coming. I mean,
yeah, I'm pretty sure that will not be the best.
I think we're all pretty much wondering if that'll even make the entire list at the end of the year. We'll see.
Shit. Well, we all know fucking Kills didn't make any of
Kills didn't.
Top 10 for the year.
I had it at 8, I think.
You would.
I think, yeah, you would. Dave McCrae asked the poll question, I think it was either earlier today or yesterday, about do you think Halloween Ends is going to hit the mark with their ending? And I was just like, nope. How many times can I log in and vote no on this?
Yeah, Well, you're like, hey, they already said everything wrong. It's going to be more social driven, and and Jamie Lee Curtis. Jesus, Halloween fans are going to hate the ending of Halloween Ends. What?
Yeah.
Come on, man. It's not good hype.
Not at all.
Yeah. Well, John, to answer his own question, thinks Jeepers Creepers Reborn will blow minds. See, I don't know anything. I don't know enough about that one yet.
That's a hot take.
That is a hot take. I hope it's better than part 3. I mean, that's all
it has to be. There's no way it can be fucking worse.
I don't know. There's a possibility. It looks like Patricia will not be joining us next week. She's going to a concert.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah,
I'm canceling my concert next week. I'm pissed. I got you.
She's going to see Evanescence and Hailstrom. So enjoy the show.
Wear a mask. Something.
Yeah, definitely. All righty, gang. Why don't we go ahead and wrap this up and let Colonel get a proper night's sleep?
Shit.
20 minutes.
I don't have anything else.
What? We're ending the show an hour and 20 minutes early? What's wrong with you? It's not
early.
What the fuck?
It's not early. We just tend to rattle on about dumb shit most of the time.
That's true.
And you may actually be able to watch the second half of the game if you want to.
I might. Probably not. Like, I really don't care. That sucks.
All right. So
I don't give a shit.
Yeah. Colonel, send him out for the night, sir.
Oh, boy. Next week. Woo! Lorena's joining us. Dude.
Oh,
we got to talk about fucking Scream. God, you got a performance fucking this week. Wait till next. Which I'm still trying to figure out how in the hell I'm going to squeeze that in. Because I know I'm going to have to work Saturday. That gives me one day off again with kids. Who's going to want to spend time with me because I haven't seen them all for 6 fucking days. I'll make it happen, Captain, but that's going to be fucking tough. Yeah, so don't get sick. Wash your dick. Don't smell like a Scuba Steve. Use Summer's Eve. And if anybody lives near the Columbus, Ohio area, let me know, and I'll sell you my Avatar ticket for next fucking Wednesday because I got to save my days off for later in the month. So I'm about to be out $25. I'm pissed. I've been looking for that show for fucking weeks now.
All thanks to the French overlords.
Ah, the French.
You forgot. Wait. You forgot to include
asshole.
Yep, that goes with anything.
Ziggy.
Yeah, man. 2022 is fucking underway. We got to bring it in here, get it going right. Lorraine is coming in to put the exclamation point on the fucking Scream franchise. Oh, boy. I don't even know if that can help. We're going to try, though. It's going to be fun. I'm looking forward to it. As always, thank you so fucking much for joining us every week, coming out here and listening to what we got to say. And I just, sooner or later, you're going to see where this is going. And then you'll know. You will be enlightened. And you will be among the elite and not among the
asshole.
That's right. Thanks for watching.
Oh, good Lord. If you are checking out some new horror movies in 2022, make sure to check out this link at our website. We're going to be listing all the 2022 releases, and you'll be able to vote on them. So, right now we've got, let's see here. The Legend of La Llorona, See For Me, and Kindred are already out, along with For the Sake of Vicious. Those are available to be voted on. And then later this week, tomorrow, we get Amityville Uprising. And then on Friday, we get Scream, of course, The Curse of La Patasola, Stoker Hills, and Freefall, along with the Netflix series release of Archive 81. So that's all coming up real soon. Get on over to our website and vote on which ones you like the best. You can do star scale of 1 to 5. And then we'll rank them at the end of the year and give the viewers choice top 10.
Right. They'll have the voice. They got your voice. Now use it.
Your voice. I hate that fucking shit.
In the form of your finger on your mouse.
Awkward. All right. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We will see you next week. Lorena's going to be joining us for Scream, like these guys have said. Should be a fun time, and it should be a scream. Oh,
well, nice. But before we end this, sorry, Zag, what'd you say? You did a finger thing again one more time on the screen. I'm on a screen video of this. All right, go, because it's fucking funny.
All right, use your finger on your mouse.
Asshole!
You meant to say, sorry. Timing is way off, but that's okay.
Way, way off. We'll see you next week, kids. Thanks for tuning in. DCS out. Woo!